Hi. Today we're answering the question. No, okay. Carl, what have you learned?
Well, I've learned that I'm actually really good at cooking chicken, and
are you just taking all the ones that subbed in with somebody you said before we started the blog?
yeah, pretty much.
I've learned that Carl is a dickhead.
What have they learned about performing?
Oh,
I've learned about performing.
It's weird, I've kind of become less nervous, like barely nervous. I'm nervous still, but I'm more comfortable doing it.
I've learned that when you perform on the Royal Mile, people like to film you a lot.
Yeah, and it's really difficult now because you have to like shout. It's hard not to shout. It's hard not to shout. You have to project. It's weird.
I've learned that not being able to do a proper warm up before a show is really horrible because my throat is starting to hurt.
Yeah.
Carl?
Yeah.
I just find it really difficult, I think backstage is really hard because it seems a lot more stressful because of how quiet you have to be.
Yeah.
And I think because you can't be like this, you
It's
can't
very
relax
strict,
because
isn't it?
you can't relax because the audience are like pretty much.
I find
5 meters
I
away.
can't really relax because I'm worried about if I sit down I'll make a noise or move the curtain, or if I
Or you'll
have a drink of
But
my
you can touch our
water,
boobs,
or the bottle will crackle and it will just ruin it. It's just difficult.
Or you'll queef or something.
I've learned that Carl telling people to be quiet is actually noisier than people.
Yeah.
I've learned that Carl winks at me a lot backstage.
Yeah, that's really true.
I can't be bothered to smile, so it's just easier to wink.
But it's a lot creepier.
Go on, Carl.
I sit back.
I'm going to talk about more performing. I've learned that I'm pretty shit at tech.
Aww.
I think out of the 3 performances we've done so far, I've pretty much fucked up 2 of them. What about this? Okay, what do you think about performing? The difference between performing to people you know and a completely cold crowd you don't know. Do you find that easy, or do you find it more?
I prefer strangers.
Yeah, for strangers.
For strangers.
But I don't really find it that much more difficult.
I find that I perform better when I'm nervous though.
Yeah.
Are you more nervous performing in front of people you know or people
I'm
you
more
don't know?
I'm more nervous performing in front of people I do know, or like smaller crowds
Because
they're
you can hear what they
closer.
say.
You can kind of see what they're thinking.
You can really see the audience in this venue as well. You can see their
I
faces.
didn't know you could.
I can.
Yeah,
Should have been projected, that's why.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
always
please
looking
do.
at the
Because I've got a
projector.
really clear view of the audience. I'm
Yes,
like,
I
look at the fire exit. So.
I can see the first 3 rows of the centre block and that's it.
Scary, I don't like it. I hate seeing their
I
faces.
don't like it when I come in as Julia at the beginning because I have a good like 5 minutes of just standing there looking around and I'm just like, oh, hi guys, hi audience, please like our show.
I like it because it feels like someone hasn't got
Preconceived.
preconceived idea of how you're going to do. But I find it a little bit more stressful because it's people that don't know you that have come to see the show because they want to see the show, and it's not like families who feel like they have to come to see the show.
Yeah, it's
So
nice.
it's
I feel like
It's
you're
like-
impressed.
It's really nice,
paid and
actually, yeah.
chosen.
Yeah,
Really
so
nice.
they've chosen our show, they've chosen to come and pay for our show,
There's
so...
hundreds of shows here and they've chosen us.
Thousands.
And it's brilliant.
And we've sold out.
we sold out tonight.
all 3 nights.
22 tickets tomorrow.
2 nights.
Already.
2 nights.
Carl, any thoughts on
Amazing.
the subject? You've forgotten the subject already.
I forgot the subject.
What's going to be
Is it more? How do you find the difference between performing in front of an audience you know and an audience you don't know?
I
A cold audience.
don't really.
It doesn't really.
It doesn't really, because I've performed in front of cold audiences
But
before, and I'm just used to.
I'm thinking the Littons is a much more. When we performed stuff at Littons Theatre, it's much more user friendly. And when we performed the previews, they were 4 or 5 people. In fact, it wasn't.
There was once there was
But
like
we're now
20.
looking at audiences of over 40, 50 people. I would say between 70% of those people, even 80%, actually tonight, was only 1, 2, there was 3 people we knew in that audience tonight, and there were 55 people in the audience.
Olivers and Slava.
Oh,
Yeah, but it doesn't make any difference to...
It doesn't really bother
No,
me.
for some people it does affect, that's why I was interested.
Yeah.
What about, what do you think, what tips would you give to somebody if they had to hand out a leaflet, a flyer on the mile? What
Don't
tips?
go for locals because they are sick of
You
people
can't tell
being
me.
there. Well, if people are walking through,
Shopping.
like with shopping,
Yeah.
or like they've got a pram and children, don't try them because they will no doubt not know.
Unless
So
they've already got leaflets.
How would you? Okay, going on.
Choose your audience.
Yes.
Because, like, obviously 1984 is better known by, like, an older
Because they learned it at
generation.
school.
And also, like, some people have been
And
handing
hipsters.
out leaflets for 1984 to, like, people with, like, kids and stuff, and it's like they're not going to then come and see it if they're here at the Fringe. They're not going to come and leave their children at a hotel
Well,
room
that's it.
to
Well,
come and
I've
see
had
it.
quite
The way I
a
see
few.
it, the kids will leave it on the
People with
coffee
kids.
table and parents will.
Come and get a leaflet.
I've had a lot of parents with loads of kids just go, yeah, I'll take that. I was like, I turned around when I didn't. One person actually with loads of kids, I said, are you sure you want to come? And I just went, it will get me away from the kids.
Oh,
And I was
right,
just like,
okay.
okay, fair enough, fair enough.
Chloe, anything to add to that? I mean, to the thing about flyering.
I think, yeah, like what I tend to go for is people who've already got flyers. Or I just hold them out and then someone will eventually take one off me.
Yeah. What I think is if you're going to do a character as well, commit to it.
Yeah, commit to it. There's no point half doing it and then go, oh, actually, Big Brother's trying to get on. Not really. I'm just joking.
Yeah, and I was like screaming.
Brother's
What is the best?
I was screaming and shouting at people.
I have I actually heard the best. This the two days ago. The best way of handing out a flyer. We couldn't do it with this show because it wouldn't work. Was this guy just came up to me and went, "Could you do me a favour? Could you put those in the bin for me?" Gave me this flyer and handing it up. I thought it was really good.
Or who wants a piece of cardboard?
Yeah, that was another idea. Who wants a piece of cardboard?
Then we got free tickets.
Or
so-
take the flyer, I'll kill the baby. That's one that.
Mr.
That man was.
Shakespeare.
Take the flyer, I'll swing the dog round.
How many times? Oh, Mr. Shakespeare doesn't exist.
Not really.
You've seen Mr. Shakespeare, he
Right.
exists.
Yes, we know he's been arrested.
Yeah, but he's been released.
And he came from Welling Garden City, not
Yes.
Stevenage.
Yeah.
The guy who's
Actually, he
from
came from Hatfield.
This is Welling.
It's still swung a dog!